Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary lead singer of Black Sabbath and one of the most influential figures in the history of heavy metal, has passed away at the age of 76. His family confirmed the heartbreaking news in a solemn statement provided to The Guardian on Tuesday. While the family chose not to disclose the exact cause of death, it was well known to his fans and followers that Ozzy had been grappling with a series of serious health complications over the years. These included his battle with Parkinson's disease, injuries from a fall in 2019, and a host of other medical conditions that had kept him in and out of hospitals in his later years. It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family's privacy at this time, read the statement signed by his wife Sharon Osbourne and their children. The tone of the message captured the immense grief felt by a family who stood by him through decades of triumphs, trials, and transformations. Ozzy's passing marks the end of an era for rock and metal music. Born John Michael Osbourne in Birmingham, England, in 1948, he was raised in a working-class family and often spoke of the struggles of his youth. His difficult upbringing shaped much of his persona, raw, rebellious, and unfiltered. That grit and honesty came through in his music, helping fans all around the world connect with his unique voice and stage presence. As a founding member of Black Sabbath, Ozzy changed the musical landscape forever. Alongside guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward, he released the band's pioneering self-titled debut album in 1970, a record now credited with defining the heavy metal genre. The album was followed that same year by Paranoid, which contained anthems like War Pigs, Iron Man, and the title track, Paranoid, songs that would go on to become cultural touchstones for generations of metal fans. Over the years, Black Sabbath would release several more influential albums, including Master of Reality, 1971, Volume 4, 1972, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 1973. Their dark, heavy riffs, coupled with Ozzy's eerie, powerful vocals, laid the groundwork for countless bands that followed. However, Ozzy's tenure with the band came to an end in 1979 when he was dismissed due to his struggles with substance abuse. That moment, however, was not the end but rather the beginning of a new chapter in his life. In the 1980s, Ozzy embarked on a solo career that many considered even more successful than his years with Black Sabbath. With the release of his debut solo album, Blizzard of Oz, in 1980, which featured iconic tracks like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley, he proved he was far from finished. Over the next 4 decades, he released 13 studio albums, collaborated with a wide range of musicians, and remained a staple of rock culture. His solo career was marked by both innovation and controversy. Known for his outrageous stage antics, including biting the head off a bat during a live show in 1982, Ozzy became a symbol of unfiltered rock and roll excess. But beneath the shocking headlines was a man of immense talent and surprising vulnerability. He often spoke candidly about his mental health, his battles with addiction, and the toll fame took on his personal life. These confessions only deepened his connection with fans who admired his honesty. His long marriage to Sharon Osbourne, who was also his manager, became the subject of public fascination, particularly when their family appeared in the early 2000s. On MTV's The Osbournes, a reality TV series that gave audiences a raw and often hilarious glimpse into their home life. The show brought Ozzy into millions of living rooms around the world and introduced him to a younger generation, many of whom had never heard a Black Sabbath record. Despite his fame and the chaos that surrounded his public persona, Ozzy remained focused on his music. He toured relentlessly for decades, building a loyal fanbase that spanned continents. His commitment to his fans was unmatched, often performing even while in pain or recovering from surgeries. On July 5, 2024, he gave what would be his final live performance at Villa Park in Birmingham, an emotional and powerful farewell concert that reunited him with his original Black Sabbath bandmates. The concert was more than a show, it was a moment of closure, a coming full circle for a man who had given his all to the music world. The lineup for the evening read like a who's who of rock royalty: Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Ronnie Wood, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, Slayer, Pantera, Tool, Youngblood, and Papa V/Ghost. There was even a thrilling drum-off featuring Tool's Danny Carey, Blink-182's Travis Barker, and Red Hot Chili Peppers' Chad Smith. The night was hosted by none other than Jason Momoa, a longtime fan of Ozzy and metal music, who paid heartfelt tribute to the godfather of heavy metal. A concert film titled Back to the Beginning, Ozzy's Final Bow, is set to hit theaters in early 2026. The film, already generating immense anticipation, will be more than just a recording of a concert. According to the official press release, it is presented as a love letter to Ozzy and the pioneering sound of Black Sabbath. The theatrical release promises to be a distilled version of the epic all-day event held at Villa Park, capturing not just the performances but the emotion, the energy, and the farewell spirit of the evening. Thunderous renditions of classics like War Pigs, Iron Man, Children of the Grave, and a climactic Paranoid will be featured alongside exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and interviews. It will offer fans a deeply personal and electrifying glimpse into Ozzy's final bow, showing the man behind the legend and honoring a career that reshaped rock music. In recognition of his unparalleled contributions to music, Ozzy was honored with a second induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024, this time as a solo artist. His first induction came in 2006 as a member of Black Sabbath. These honors are a testament to his dual legacy, one as the frontman of one of the most revolutionary bands in rock history, and the other as a solo performer who broke boundaries, challenged norms, and never stopped evolving. Beyond music, Ozzy was a symbol of resilience. Despite countless personal and professional challenges, he always found a way to rise again, often stronger and more inspired than before. He was a husband, a father, a friend, and a legend. His story is one of survival, of transformation, and of unwavering passion for music and life. As the world mourns the loss of this iconic figure, fans from every corner of the globe have flooded social media with tributes, memories, and heartfelt messages. Candlelight vigils, impromptu gatherings, and tribute concerts are being organized to celebrate his life and music. Fellow artists have spoken out, sharing their personal stories of Ozzy's influence and kindness behind the scenes. Even those outside the music industry have paid tribute, noting how his impact extended far beyond the stage. Ozzy Osbourne wasn't just a rock star, he was a cultural force, an embodiment of rebellion, creativity, and authenticity. Many have described him as the heart and soul of heavy metal, a man whose mere presence on stage could shake the earth. He didn't just perform songs, he channeled something primal, something ancient and powerful, that made every audience member feel like they were part of something transcendent. In his lifetime, Ozzy received countless awards, accolades, and honors, but perhaps the most enduring recognition he ever received came from the fans who supported him throughout the years. They packed stadiums, bought every album, stood in line for hours just for a glimpse of him, and tattooed his lyrics and image on their bodies. His fans were fiercely loyal, because they saw in him a kindred spirit, someone who didn't pretend to be perfect, someone who made mistakes, and someone who still rose from the ashes every time. Whether he was howling into a microphone on stage, laughing with his family on television, or quietly walking his dogs in the English countryside, Ozzy never stopped being himself. That authenticity is what made him legendary. Though his physical presence may be gone, his voice, his music, and his spirit will continue to live on. Every scream, every guitar riff, every whispered lyric carries with it the essence of a man who refused to conform, who dared to be different, and who ultimately became immortal through his art. His music will echo through the halls of history, inspiring new generations of musicians and fans alike. He has joined the pantheon of greats, those rare few who do not fade with time but grow larger in memory. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. The Prince of Darkness has returned to the shadows, but his legacy will forever illuminate the world of music. Your journey may have ended, but your story lives on in every heart you've touched, in every soul you stirred, and in every power chord that roars from a stage in your name.